Roll call, please.
Mr. Bale,
Here.
Mr. Copeland,
Here.
Mr. Drexel,
He's here, but.
Here.
Mr.
I'm here.
Showerman,
Here.
Ms. Scatella,
Here.
Mr. Winarski, Chairman Horton,
Here. Are there any members of the public who desire to be heard at this time?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Sam Tellerico, 4120 Harvard Road. As chair of the Erie County Democratic Party, I have on several occasions on behalf of the party complimented our elections office and our elections committee for their professionalism and integrity while processing the results of the elections. We are, as Councilman Horton often says, the gold standard. That being said, we in the Democratic Party find it troubling, to put it mildly. The member of the Erie County Elections Committee stated in a national publication, and I quote, "Anyone in this country with an ounce of common sense knows the left cheated to some extent. Their philosophy isn't about making it easier to vote, just easier to manipulate the vote." As, excuse me, as a citizen and a local party chair, I feel the need to make two comments about that statement. Number one, that is a demonstrable lie. There is no evidence, absolutely none, that there was any widespread or substantial voter fraud or cheating in the 2020 election. And we know that because there were more than 80 court cases around the nation regarding election irregularities, and they found no voter fraud and no cheating. This is important because media spin and creation of a false narrative are inadmissible in a court of law. Facts and evidence are all that matter in this venue. The plaintiffs in those cases were not able to put forth a shred of evidence to support these false claims. These are the facts, and the facts are not in dispute. They're a matter of public record. Number two, for a public official who has been entrusted to verify and certify election facts, to make such a claim is disqualifying in my view. While it is true that being a public official does not preclude one from having opinions and beliefs, we're all entitled to our own beliefs. Those personal beliefs have no place in the public discourse, where a public official has the duty to put one's beliefs aside in order to perform the ministerial duty to certify elections based on facts and simple computations. Nothing more. The public statements here constitute a violation of the public trust and a violation of the oath of office. And as I've previously stated, these false claims undermine trust in our institutions and doubts about the democracy that we all cherish. And that is precisely the intent. And such claims, as we have seen, can be dangerous. The Erie County Democratic Party condemns these statements in the strongest possible terms. I would hope for an immediate retraction and assurance that such false public statements will not become a feature of any member of this board. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tallery. Any other members of the public desire to be heard? Any members of the public desire to be heard, either online or present? Anybody from the public desire to be heard? Hearing or seeing none, both physically here or online, I'll accept the motion for the acceptance of the June 13th special meeting minutes.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded by Councilors Copeland and Scatella. Is there any discussion? Call for the question.
Mr. Copeland,
Yes.
Mr. Drexel,
Yes.
Mrs. Showerman,
Yes.
Mr. Scatella,
Yes.
Mr. Bale,
Yes.
Chairman Horton,
Yes. We'll go right to new business. I know we're gonna have a discussion here shortly, but go right to new business. I'll turn it over to Mr. Chilcott.
Okay, we have two polling locations that we're considering changing, and I have Jim Turpak with us to inform us of those changes.
Hi, Jim.
Erie Fourth Ward Second District. Proposing to move it from Gannon University Zern Science Center. 131 West Seventh Street, Erie PA 16501. To First United Methodist Church, 707 Sassafras Street, Erie PA 16501. Their community room. And the second proposed change is Mill Creek Fourth District from Erie Community College, 2403 West Eighth Street, Erie PA 16505. Back to Curry Hall, 512 Kelso Drive, Erie PA 16505.
The second one's the polling place has moved in the primary from the first pipe, right? It's basically moving it back to the original location.
That's correct.
That's what I thought.
And the first one, I believe, is moving it right next door.
It's right next door, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
is there a reason for the relocation of these districts?
Well, the second one is pretty self-explanatory. It was our primary location for that one, and they had a bursted pipe. We had to move it the last election. They returned back to where it previously was.
Yeah, and then
And then the first one, I have no idea. Is there a reason? Did they state a reason why they're moving from Zern to? I mean, I can speculate, but if there's a reason.
You've been contacted by Gannon about that polling location.
Gannon
If you
wanted
wanna-
it moved. Why? Did they say why, or they just wanted it?
The poll workers that work the precinct, kind of, said that the space was, limited space. And the parking was, the only off-street parking was Erie Parking Garage. And, Gannon has plans to, remodel that space, so they showed me other spaces on campus. And, they have another room available, but it's across the street at another building.
No, that's fine. We just want, he just asked a question. Was it moved at the institution's request or why it was being moved? Because actually, I know both spaces. And I do know the church has a smaller parking lot. I mean, a parking lot associated with it. And I know that a lot of the schools, not just here locally, but regionally, I've seen a few places, people don't want the schools anymore, security. Something they don't want the churches anymore, but we're blessed that that's like it's like they actually, Zern is here on on 7th Street, and the church is here on 7th Street. They have a lot between them and Zern, and then they have a lot around the corner of Sass. So they really ain't that complicated. Counselor effects.
Yeah, I just, just wondered why it would change, and they are within the same vicinity, so it's not voters.
We're blessed to have it. Thank you for always finding suitable locations. I know that we've had to move locations in the past, and they've had to go like across 12th Street, where some issues were, okay, it may not have seemed, but it was a traffic thing, or some we've had to move several blocks away. And we put signage up, and we we'll check through it. But Jim, you guys have always found good locations for us, so we're appreciative.
And the Mill Creek one in particular is a really good benefit because it had actually moved to Mill Creek 13 was their voting location. So that'd be good to have one location closer to the voters' homes.
At the time that we prepared the agenda, we hadn't had confirmation from both of these locations, but since that time, we have had confirmation. So if that's something that the board would want to take a formal vote to accept the changes, we could do that as well.
So. We don't really need a vote on that, do we? Okay,
To change the voting district.
yeah. Okay, individually or as one,
Do you need a motion?
Yeah.
I make a motion to accept both changes.
Second.
I'll second it.
we probably moved and seconded. Councilman Copeland and Showerman. Any discussion? Question? Call for it.
Mr. Drexel,
I can see.
Yes,
Mrs. Showerman,
sorry,
Yes.
Mr. Scatella,
Yes.
Mr. Bale,
Yes.
Mr. Copeland,
Yes.
Chairman Horton.
Yes.
hey, I'm doing better than Terry did the other day, so.
Go ahead, give me a shot.
I'm still leaning this way from. We'll go on with item B.
New purchases, we're looking at, possibly the purchase of a truck for the elections department. Previously, we'd been using a truck, that was shared with the county, and it has since deteriorated enough that we're not able to use that vehicle, and so we got one ballpark quote for a truck. And to get that vehicle with the lift gate, we're looking at around $70,000, and you had said anything above 25,000, bring back before the board. We would have to put that out for bid, but that's kind of the ballpark of where we're looking for that vehicle.
Needed. All the equipment, all the machinery, we should have long had.
Any grants for that?
Yeah,
We tried that and the election integrity grant wouldn't cover it, but we can cover other costs with the election integrity grant and use the funding for the truck.
yeah. So,
Would that would come out of our county?
That would come out of our kind of elections budget, and because of the election integrity grant covering other costs, we would be able to use the money in that budget line for items such as.
Budget line exists.
It does.
right. And then. You can. I don't know what else would you, where'd that quote come from? Ballpark figure.
That was one from a local dealership for a new truck. That's for a 2024 Chevy Express commercial cutaway. 4,500 with the lift gate and equipment that would be necessary.
Any other local,
It wasn't put out for bid, so it was just, I was looking for, where are we at? What are we looking at as a ballpark? And then we could put it out for a formal bid. But I didn't want to move forward without, an approval
So
from the
looking
board of
for-
elections.
so you're looking for.
As far as any other large expenses we're looking at, we looked at a fan for in the warehouse because it gets exceptionally warm in there. If you haven't been in there, it's very hot. And there's not much ventilation in the building, and we were looking at a fan. We think that may, our operations department think that may have been over-engineered or over-spec'd, so, I don't have a good number right now. They're looking at 45,000, so we're looking to see if maybe there was another way to go with the fan, but that would be the other large expense that was coming our way, not able to be covered by a grant.
She's talking like from the HVAC, from the top of the roof.
Would be above the door. I believe there's like a very large space on the front door. There's already a vent there, but would we?
So you wanna put a $45,000 fan there?
I was a
So
little
HVAC,
sticker shocked by
heck
that.
is
I didn't. That's what I'm not understanding, if it's a whole system or what. I didn't get any quote. I just wanted to let you know that was the other, if there's another large expense that we were looking at, that was going to be it. And I think that the operations department also was wondering why that number was so high, so I don't have anything in writing. It's something that we're gonna look at again.
Please, cause that's, you know, I do. Feel the hand. What you gonna do? Jet engine, propulsion fan?
I,
In a building we
I'm
don't know.
sure.
I was gonna say that price had climate control, you would think.
No,
Should
but
be, someone should write the bid specs. And it should be bid, I mean, we have quite a few truck salespeople here. We know most of them. Plus, we have to first know what we're buying, I don't know who would spec it.
listen, we'll look at the truck, see what you want, put it out for bid, bring it back, we'll. Put it on the floor. We gotta have a truck. Our biggest thing is I want it to be locally purchased. I can tell you right now. Just regular pickup trucks are like 75, 80 grand. So you're talking with the lift gate and all of that. So it don't get taken back by sticker price. Yeah, they're calling me asking for my truck now. It's 2,000. They're $85,000 for a pickup. Right?
Not cheap.
Yeah, so just do it. Call them.
Okay.
If they got something, they're not gonna go. You don't have to really have no spec, you just gotta know what you're using. You can use it, the fan, not so, the fan, you gotta get that spec, but the truck. Basically you need something that handles a certain amount of tonnage. Yeah. Press the button up, press the button down, key it ain't that.
Okay, well, so I will, get a bid for the truck. And then we're reevaluating the fan situation.
Yeah, cause the operation. And then Brad probably like,
At least right now, it'll be cooling, it will get into a cooler season, and we do have some other fans that we purchase. So it's something that we could look at down the road, but those were our two major expenses that we were looking at outside of the grant lines.
cause it sounds like a HVAC more, it sounds like it's more like a system than a fan. Going into a space that's. It has to be. Yeah. We need to talk to some of these back people. You need the square footage of the building, what you're trying to cool. That type. Maybe they did that. Maybe they measured the square footage of it. It's no different than this size unit would cool this size space.
We have additional, the security upgrades that we discussed previously are in progress, and those will be completed in the next few weeks
That's for the
covered by the grant.
office.
for the office and the warehouse.
Oh,
Okay, so I understand we need an executive session. First of all, before we do that, are there any questions and comments from the board, the council, on any of the stuff that we've covered? Then I'll take a motion for the executive session.
Before you do that, this is Ellen. Are we looking at used vehicles at all, or are we going straight for a new one?
You want to do
Pardon me?
a new one?
Okay.
And do we have the ability to look at finance options? I know there aren't deals out there, but if we could find somebody that would give us 0% for whatever, then it'd be nice to take that if we can,
yeah,
we could find it.
I agree.
Some of those deals are out there.
Pretend you're buying.
There you go.
Isn't she?
Tell it's gonna be yours.
And also we can compare it to shop, because although we wanna do local, we don't wanna be gouged local either. There may be some place like Westfield, Ripley, whatever, Ashtabula. We'll take care, we got time, it's cool. Only gouge. That's all the questions and comments. I think I have a motion on the floor for executive session.
Second.
Yeah.
It's been properly moved and seconded.
Who made the motion?
I'm Councilman Copeland.
I did. Okay. I was actually